I'm Henry Heiser, president of the Henry Vogt Machine Company. And this is our 32-acre plant in Louisville, Kentucky, from which we ship our many quality products to users the world over. Permit me to tell you about the finest ice-making unit ever made. It's the Vogt automatic tube ice machine, employing a unique method developed by our engineers to automatically make clear, hard-sized ice. To appreciate the significance of this development, let's take a look into the past. Until we introduced the tube ice machine in 1938, ice for commercial use was frozen in blocks weighing about 300 pounds each. In this ice plant of yesteryear, ice cans containing frozen blocks of ice were removed from the brine tank and taken to the dumper, which ejected the ice. It took 24 hours or more to freeze each block of ice. Once a familiar sight in every town was the ice delivery man and his wagon. Meltage from open transportation and waste from sawing and chipping large blocks of ice was unavoidable in pre-tube ice days. Our engineers were determined to find a more efficient and less costly way to make ice in ready-to-use form. From their research, evolved the present tube ice system of freezing water in tubes of small diameter with direct application of the refrigerant to the freezing surface. Important savings of plant and building space were realized, and costly labor formerly required for harvesting, sizing, and storing ice was eliminated. The first production tube ice machine, installed in 1938 in a large Cleveland, Ohio dairy, is still making its rated capacity of 60 tons of sized ice every day. From this beginning, we developed smaller packaged ice makers to provide the clear, sparkling ice required by hotels, motels, restaurants, hospitals, and other service institutions. Our Model 1000 tube ice machine produces 1,350 pounds of cylinder or crushed ice per day with water at 75 degrees. A 450-pound or a 650-pound capacity bin is available with this unit. Its gleaming stainless steel exterior lends distinction wherever it is located. Vogt units with stainless steel frames, casings, and bins have built-in quality which is unmatched by the painted metal construction of machines of other manufacture. The principal parts of the ice-making unit are the control panel, freezer, condenser, heat exchanger, and compressor. The freezer tubes are brass and refrigerant piping is copper. These, together with a stainless steel water pan, ensure long, rust-free, trouble-free operation. Automatic controls govern all the functions of the unit, including shutting down when the ice bin is full and restarting when ice is required. We also make the Model 2000 and the Model 5000 for installations requiring larger ice-making capacities, and particularly where an institution uses a central source of supply. Model 2000 produces 2,200 pounds of cylinder or crushed ice per day with 75-degree water. Its construction and operation is identical with that of Model 1000 previously described. Model 5000 meets the need for a machine of still greater capacity. It produces 5,100 pounds of ice per day with 75-degree water. Here's how the Vogt automatic tube ice machine operates. Water introduced at the top of the freezer gravitates through distributors, which project the water against the inner surfaces of the tubes. Refrigerant surrounds the tubes and causes ice to form in them. The washing action of the water during freezing eliminates salts and other impurities to produce clear, hard, tasteless ice. At the end of the freezing period, high-pressure hot gas introduced into the freezer releases the ice from the tubes. Ice thickness is determined by the length of the freezing period. Our patented cutter, shown here with its housing, is built into the base of the freezer to size the ice as it descends from the tubes. Cylinder ice is sized when the cutter rotates in one direction, crushed ice when the rotation is reversed. A patented blowdown removes concentrated solids from the bottom of the water pan to eliminate or reduce the necessity for frequent flushing or cleaning. In addition, a petcock on the water pump permits removal from the water pan of only that additional water that is required to produce clear, hard ice. Ice bins for tube ice machines are of double wall construction with 20-gauge stainless steel sheets outside and inside. Foamed in place polyurethane insulation, which will never absorb moisture, is used in all bins. A large door permits easy removal of the ice. All bins are rigidly constructed to support the ice-making units. Freezing units in different stages of completion are shown here on our assembly floor. Built to the ASME code, each will be insulated, piped, wired, charged with refrigerant, and tested before shipment. If desired, the ice-making unit can be obtained without an ice storage bin. All units are put through their paces before shipment by a test engineer. A certificate of test to verify performance is furnished with each machine. Our machines are crated in special boxes which give positive protection during shipment. The freezer unit and the ice bin are shipped on separate pallets for ease of handling. Two kinds of clear, sparkling ice, namely crushed and cylinder, are made by the tube ice machine. Crushed ice at left is produced as thin shells in a relatively short freezing period and then uniformly sized by the cutter. Thicker shells at right are produced by a longer freezing period and designated cylinder ice, since they are not crushed by the cutter. Now let's look at some of the many ways tube ice is serving today in leading hotels, restaurants, clubs, hospitals, motels, and other institutions to maintain the freshness and quality of foods and beverages. Here is a drink counter with all the necessary ingredients, including tube ice, for the preparation of mixed drinks of every variety. Yes, slow-melting cylinders of sparkling tube ice are always just right for cooling mixed drinks without excessive dilution. Here is a modern bar where tube ice ensures perfect drinks for the discriminating customer. Many types of salads, shown here in preparation at a famous club, are kept fresh and crisp with crushed tube ice. And here we see them in colorful array, ready to be served to guests. Mouth-watering shrimp and fruit cocktails are enhanced by clear, sparkling tube ice. Ice service stations in hospitals provide the ice for ice packs and for the water jugs in the rooms. And in the snack bar, hospital visitors can obtain ice-cooled beverages as well as soups and sandwiches of many kinds. This modern service center is in a state lodge dining room. The modern cafeteria uses plenty of crushed and cylinder tube ice to keep drinks cool and palatable. A deep bed of sparkling tube ice is prepared for salad display in a modern cafeteria. And here it is ready for discriminating patrons with a wide selection of crisp, tasty salads. Pure and tasteless tube ice cools the drinking water served to restaurant diners. Dining rooms of leading institutions rely on tube ice for food and beverage preparation. Special storage bins are often utilized with our machines. At the left is a unit in a hospital, and at the right, one in a large department store. Vogt automatic tube ice machines are the choice of leading hotels, restaurants, motels, clubs, hospitals, and service institutions. The unit at the left is in a restaurant, and at the right, one in a large Midwestern hotel. Other typical institutions served are a modern 400-bed hospital, the dining hall of a large institution, a well-known restaurant, an outstanding resort hotel, one of many motels. Tube ice has won wide acceptance in state-owned park lodges such as these. Proof that Vogt tube ice machines are a better buy than competitive makes is shown by charts made from data obtained from printed literature. This capacity chart shows the guaranteed pounds of ice per 24 hours at 90-degree room temperature with water temperatures from 45 to 100 degrees. At 75-degree water temperature, the Vogt Model 1000 produces 1,300 pounds. Two competitive makes, marked A and B and rated at a total of 1,000 pounds capacity, produce only 850 and 800 pounds respectively with 75-degree water. When you buy, be sure to check at what water temperature the rated capacity has been made. Power consumption in kilowatt hours per 100 pounds of ice is most important to your cost. Again, you are way out in front with a Meter Miser Vogt machine. Models 1000 and 2000 use only 3.6 kilowatt hours per 100 pounds of ice, as compared to 6.1 kilowatt hours for competitor A and 6.4 kilowatt hours for competitor B. Not to be overlooked is the valuable floor space occupied by a unit. This chart shows that the Vogt Model 2000 unit requires but 14.2 square feet of space, while competitor A requires 44.4 and competitor B 40.8 square feet of space for an equivalent amount of ice. And last but not least, Vogt tube ice machines cost less in dollars per 100 pounds of guaranteed ice capacity. If you compare total original cost of machines in relation to ice produced, you will find Vogt is the lowest cost unit as shown on this chart. Now let's sum up the quite substantial savings offered only by Vogt tube ice machines. Remember, tube ice machines produce more and better sized ice per unit and do it at less cost per 100 pounds, and here's why. 1. Every tube ice machine is sturdily built with stainless steel for long, rust-free, trouble-free operation year after year. 2. Tube ice units are real Meter Misers. They use less power to produce 100 pounds of clear, hard cylinder ice or sparkling crushed ice than any other unit on the market. 3. A patented blowdown system removes concentrated solids from the circulating water with minimum loss of good cold water. 4. Our Model 1000 with bin occupies only 9.4 square feet. Model 2000 with bin only 14.2, and Model 5000 only 12.5 square feet of floor space to be the most economical in space requirements of any unit in the market. And 5. Model 1000 unit makes cylinder or crushed ice as specified. Models 2000 and 5000 make both kinds of ice from the one unit. We present with pride 3 quality packaged Vogt tube ice units, models 1000, 2000, and 5000. Each measures up in every way to the enviable reputation for quality and performance established more than 25 years ago when Vogt built the world's first automatic sized ice maker. Specify them with confidence. They are truly the finest ice-making units ever made. And now, the Vogt boy, Tim, joins me in thanking you for your time and attention.